Happy Friday. It is wiring day on the Canadian car. Made some good progress today. We got the clutch position sensor all wired, 4 pins there. Then we move on to the lateral acceleration sensor, or the yaw sensor. 3 pins there, but 2 of them have to be spliced into already existing pins. Each one of these I do is a little bit cleaner. They're all equally as functional and they're all good, but each one is just a little bit better as I figure out that moving wires from the SMG harness, which is here in that block, X53003, over to the X60001 block. We just pull them back using a little pick tool, carefully pull them all out of this loom and run them down here. So here's our 4 wires that we've run over now into the DME. And yes, we'll get those tied and cleaned once everything's done, and we'll bundle them all together. In the meantime, those 2 things are wired. Why didn't we do more? Because we don't have an available lift to chase wires under the car. This thing is still stuck up here because the wheels have been out getting refinished for the last 5 weeks. They are supposedly due back Monday. The 530 got stuck over here today. We're doing a transmission service. It's an automatic. So Mike and Gary pulled down the pan this morning, do the filter, do the gasket, and the kit came with 6 liters of ATF, and it took 7 or so. So we had to order another one, which hung us up for a while, but now that's clean, hopefully not going to leak anymore, and the old fluid was just original. So progress there. On Monday, we'll get the Canadian car up in the air, wire up the rest of the sensors. DME's already programmed. Most of the wiring in the cabin is done. We do need to wire the reverse sensor over to the LCM. And I'm kind of walking Mike through all of this. Between these 2 cars, after this, he should be competent to do his own. So I just wired up now, and then he didn't get this lesson because they left a little bit ago, but wired up the MDM panel, or the SCM panel. This thing does not exist anywhere in the world with an MDM button, so I'm hoping that until one comes up, this one will work. It's just the wrong picture on the button. I'm not quite sure, we'll see. But we robbed the DSC passive signal from the old DSC off button, reroute that wire over here, unplug the one that goes for the tire pressure, and plug in the DSC for this position. Then at the ABS module under the front left fender liner, we'll swap pins 41 and 6, and that should make this a DSC button instead of a tire pressure button. Then you'll be able to reset the tire pressure in iDrive. So you got to take off this finisher, and then there's 2 Phillips screws for the HVAC. Surround this whole thing from here to here on the pre-LCIs is one piece. They're connected here. On the post-facelift, the LCI cars, March 07, 08 model year plus, these are separate pieces. This thing clips in with 4 big clips, and then you still have to remove the primary thing, which just pushes in. Honestly, it's all pretty straightforward once you've done this a few times and you know how it works. Much of our day was spent down here. Look at all this aftermarket bullshit. There's a speaker and a whole ECU up there. Here's the speaker that's just floating around under the seat. The owner of the car has no idea what it was and what it is and wants it gone. So we will be very happy to pick all that out tomorrow. George came by in his 01 530 today, brought fresh high beam, low beam, and fog light bulbs. We replaced all of those for him, sent him on his way. Nice, easy little Friday job. But between those 3 things, that was pretty much the day. It is now 6 o'clock. I'm going to wrap up and get out of here shortly. It's been a totally overcast day. That was not in the forecast. Don't care. I'm working inside all day, but like 64 and just gloomy.